Bologna demonstrates that participation makes a difference.
Democracy is listening to the voice of citizens, right? This is strengthening democracy.
I'm convinced that we need to have change on our decision making. I'm raised and born in Stockholm for generations. I'm really into justice for all the people, that it should be able for our kids to be raised here in Stockholm and do some nice education and to find the work they want to work with. We arrange 10,000 summer jobs each year. We have big campaigns that we want them to apply for a summer job. It's 3 weeks for the person in between 16 years old and 19 years old. And it can be a lot of different things. It can be doing a survey, asking young people what they wanted to do. It can be gardening. It can be in the elderly care. So it's totally different works.
Here in Skärholmen we took, I think, more than 800 young people this summer, and that's also a big part of having a better connection with people who live in Skärholmen. So that's an important issue for us to feel that the people who live here actually feel that they trust us and vice versa. We've had problems with different types of criminality and that kind of things. Of course, that leaves a mark in people. There's also questions about where they feel safe and why they feel safe in certain places and not in other. There's questions about how good we're about cleaning our urban areas and how we can improve. Many of the kids who have been working for us, this is their first job, their first salary. They come from families who may not have had a job in Sweden, since many of them are immigrants and come from other countries. And this is a way for us to introduce them to have their first job in Sweden. I personally walked around with 9 of these young people for 3 weeks. It was hard for them in the beginning, but at the end of the 3 weeks they were doing it very well. So I think we helped them a lot with that social insecurity of asking strangers questions on the street.
I really love being a mayor in Stockholm because it's so close and you can also follow your decisions. You can see what's happening. Direct feedback is something I like and it's something I get. I have employees around me that can say no to me. That's really important. You need to have correct people around you. And then you also need to be able to see by yourself. I can't just sit in the office and expecting people to talk with me. I need to be out. I need to be everywhere in the city. Very nice that you had this on your during your summer to have this survey. How many young people did you ask?
Over 100, 130.
130.
During 3 weeks.
Yes.
That's great work. Impressive.
Yeah, I think we were impressed by ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First few days it was going very slow.
Oh yeah.
And people didn't really want to do it, but you know, we kind of pressure, not really pressure, but like you can change, you can do better, you can do something, you know.
I think it's important to tell them what you're doing and what they get out of it.
Yeah, and you also told them that if they come with a great idea, maybe it will
Yes,
be real.
exactly.
Okay.
A lot of people were excited. You know, something is happening.
Do you have any favorite idea that popped up?
Cinema was most popular idea that
Uh,
a lot of kids were excited about. They're like, are we gonna be like free snacks? Are we gonna have good movies and all that
Ja.
stuff?
Så går vi lite högre här.
I need to check.
Vi kommer...
It's hard to get a job as someone who's no experience. So yeah, it's fun to have a job like this.
We are so grateful for the work and many thanks for the work.
We have challenges and we are working on it. We have drugs, criminality, gun violence. If you want to have ideas from the suburb, then you have the keys of asking the persons living there.
We ended our safety walk for tonight, or security walk, and within a week they're going to be a protocol sent to everybody that was in here tonight, and within 6 months all the stuff that came up today, we're going to see if it's been fixed.
Even though this is one of Stockholm's vulnerable areas, it doesn't feel like that.
No.
You can see people feel more safe.
10 years ago, Tensta and Järva was a whole other area than what it is now, and 10 years ago when we passed, there was a place where used to be people throwing like stones or rocks at the police when they came in. It changed. We did a lot of work, and we like all this, doing this together, police, the city, all of the citizens living here, communities, like all of that work together has changed the area, I would say. We're working, we have some groups that we prioritize in our safety work, and that's women and elderly people that feel the most unsafe, and we're trying to focus on them to make them feel even more safe than they do.
Yeah. Nice.
Poznań is a very vibrant city. I love my city because I was born and raised here, and I decided to stay here even though there was also an opportunity to go abroad or to any other cities. My inside feeling was always that I want to do something with computers. It's because my father bought me first computer when I started reading, and it stayed in my DNA. So I was always had a push towards technology. I was raised in the 80s, so we were a communist country, and we went through the whole transformation system change. All the big companies, from being state-owned, they became private. A lot of them collapsed, so a lot of people were unemployed. Being raised in a home where parents worry about the future make a stamp for a lifetime. But I think Poland and Poznań use opportunities very well, and now you can see it's developing very good and rapid. We invest a lot of money in new trams. We also use hydrogen buses. The mayor is into bikes. We built a lot of bicycle routes. We are cooperating very strongly. So on a daily basis, I deal with him. He is an accessible person. I have a feeling sometimes that he's even more accessible for the citizens than for the civil servants, because he wants to be very open. Democracy is listening to the voice of citizens, right? So giving them opportunity to provide us with what they think. This is strengthening democracy. So every year we decide about not a small amount of money, and in this participatory budget procedures, the citizens are preparing the projects that they think should be allocated in the city. First we check if it's possible, so for example, if it's not on a private plot or is it not against something, and if it's possible, then we put it to the voting procedures and citizens are voting. So there was a project from citizens to change big part of this zoo garden into Japanese garden, and it won. So now it's a procedure of constructing this garden. When the scooter companies entered the city, we were amazed and we were so happy. Then it was more and more scooters, another company and another, and suddenly we woke up in the city with scooters thrown all over. We did some consultation at the beginning and asked the citizens how would they see the scooters. And we also organized a special meeting with the scooter companies and the representatives of the blind people, because especially for them, wrongly parked scooter can be a real danger for their health. And after this meeting, everybody understood that it's not just a matter of whether I like it or not, it's a matter of somebody's health and maybe even life. Whenever you start a ride from one of those parking spots, you have to park your scooter exactly around the sign in order to finish your ride. In some of those spots we also have the special stands for bicycles, because they can be also used by citizens as a normal parking for bikes. Every citizen has their own life. They want to read books, they want to go to the cinema. They don't want to deal with every little thing what the city is dealing with. We give them opportunity to give information or to be involved if they want. We don't push them to be involved, but if they want to be engaged, they can be. And we design it in the way that is the most convenient for the citizens, which is the mobile app.
The main function of Smart City Poznań app is to report problems in the city. For example, if a citizen sees any pothole or any other problem in the city, she or he can take a photo, send it in the app, and it's gonna be sent directly to appropriate city department. Another very popular function of the app is garbage collect. So the citizen can put in their address, they can see when the garbage will be collected from the home. Do you have any suggestions, any things that you would change in the app?
Well, actually it would be quite nice to have it connected to the PK app, to the public transport application, because then we could buy tickets, transport tickets more easily.
Yeah, and you could only have one app instead of two different.
That's true.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're still improving it. We also added some info from the city about upcoming events.
Cool.
For example, some street is closed or something happened.
Traffic changes.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You'll get a notification from the app.
Yeah, I like it.
Smart City is not something that appears one day. It's a whole process of changing many things and investments and technologies. What I really like in my country is that there is a space for local government to shape life of citizens.
Bologna is a progressive and democratic city. Without participation, Bologna wouldn't be the same. So for me, participation is the crucial part of politics. In 2018, in City Council, we declared the climate emergency after a campaign from the bottom level, from an important group of activists. We introduced the declaration of emergency, but also the idea that the participation from the community was strategic for the climate adaptation, the resilience of the city.
Bologna is a very hot city. It's becoming more and more serious. We have a lot of deaths from heat waves and really high temperatures. I've been working in Brussels for 20 years. I've been working a lot with regions and cities, and I've seen how much climate action is very ambitious at the level of regions and cities, even more than national governments. The idea is not to create new places, but to transform existing infrastructures, be they military places, be they railway that is not used anymore, be like this one that used to be an old market and things like that. And this really helps people to, find a place where they can access free water and they can have a seat, they can really refresh themselves. So it's really an agora, a social hub where a lot of things cross, and at the same time now adding the green element, the water element, and making it also a shelter in terms of climate change in a way.
The city of Bologna has an important demographic change. Every 10 years we change 25% of the population. In my experience of 10 years as deputy mayor, I saw the importance of participation in the neighborhood. We have new families arriving in Bologna, and we need to engage them in concrete projects, in concrete initiatives. They are not resident mainly, but we need them. So we open the participatory budgeting also to the vote of the non-residents. So universitarian people, but also migrants. For us, the citizenship is not a matter of identity card, it's a matter of participation and engage, a very concrete way to be inside the city and for the city.
We've been through 2 floodings in the last 2 years, so Bologna has become very directly susceptible to climate change, and of course citizens have seen it with their eyes. I think we have to make the city thrive with the fact that citizens are more engaged on climate change than many administrations have ever been.
We created this first experience in Italy of Citizens' Assembly on Climate Change, engaging 100 randomly selected people. They asked for more education, for example, to understand how you can save energy at home.
We also need the point of view of the most disenfranchised citizens. Now we're seeing how climate poverty is always connected to social poverty. The fact that whoever participates in the Climate Assembly receives payment, compensation of their time, I think was important for engaging different points of view. When you go and look at it, and that's what we're doing with citizens, 70% of the surfaces are paved in some way and only 30% is green. We're going to invert those percentages and have 70% green. Citizens are going to see it, they're going to create it with us.
This is becoming the center of the transformation of the whole park. We organized more than 180 events, engaging more than 5,000 people in workshops, training activities, labs. At the beginning, when we opened the center, people looked, they didn't understand what's going on inside, and now they're participating a lot. Especially children. There's the lab where they can come, they can play, or make also some activities related to nature.
As a city, I would like to go in Europe, not only with peace, but also with social justice. Bologna is one of the pillars of this idea of democracy, and for Bologna in the future, I see an important presence on this field.
You're able to do a lot as a mayor. If we involve citizens, and especially young people, they will involve more in the society. And we need more people involved in the society.
If you go to another city, they do it in a different way. Of course, there are similarities, but still local authorities have the influence of what's on your street right in front of you.
We have a problem about democracy. In this moment, it's important to maintain and take care of democracy and participation. The idea itself of Europe is based on peace and democracy and non-violent approach.